Aloha friends, it's Robert Stellick. In today's video I'm going to talk about putting foot straps on a board that doesn't have inserts. So I have this prone board here that I want to put foot straps on so I can use it for towing, and I'm using these NSI surface mounts. They're like stick-on mounts with 2 inserts on each stick-on one. We sell these at Blue Planet. They're made by North Shore Inc. from Hood River. And the tools you're going to need are a Sharpie to mark the locations, a sharp knife to cut out the deck pad, a chisel or a flathead screwdriver to scrape off the deck pad, and you got to clean it real well and stick it on. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So I know from experience where these front foot straps need to be located. I have the inserts about 7.5 inches apart for the foot strap, and then I'm using a roughly a little bit less than 45-degree angle, probably about a 40-degree angle for my front foot, and I'm going to mark these with a Sharpie pen. And my board has black on the deck pad, so I'm using a silver Sharpie pen so I can see the line on the black deck pad. I'm marking around this and around this one, and I'm gluing them on so that I can move the straps forward a little bit or back as needed. So now that I have them marked on my board, I'm going to use this sharp razor blade and carefully cut through the deck pad without cutting into the glass underneath. So you can't apply too much pressure, just enough to cut through the EVA foam. Okay, so now that I have the outline cut with a sharp knife, I'm going to use a flathead screwdriver to kind of peel the deck pad off. So I've manually scraped off all the glue on the deck pad, and I used some rubbing alcohol and a razor blade to kind of scrape off all the remaining glue. So I got a nice clean surface. This 3M glue will stick pretty well on just a smooth surface. Okay, so I waited for a little bit for all the alcohol to dry off. This 3M adhesive sticks on pretty darn good, but if it does, you know, sometimes foot straps, if you have a bad wipeout and there's like a lot of tension on the foot strap, these can come off. So if that happens, you can use 2-part super epoxy. That's what I use, and then just kind of re-glue it with epoxy. And if you do that properly, it'll never come off. Like this stuff is very strong. So, but sometimes the 3M glue is not quite as strong as attaching it with epoxy. But for now, I'm just going to use the 3M, and in the future, if it does come off, I can always re-glue it with the epoxy. Okay, so I'm going to just peel back the stick-on adhesive. Make sure it's lined up properly in the opening. And then these ones, it's not so much about having pressure on it for a long time, but you want to make sure you put on a lot of pressure, at least to adhere properly. So putting on pressure is important. You can even put it on the ground and stand on it a little bit, but you just want to make sure it's really pushed down well. So same thing on the other one. Make sure it's lined up. Put it in there. Okay, and stick it down real good. And ideally you want to let it cure at least overnight so the glue can really set and adhere properly before you use it. You shouldn't get in the water, use it right away. I'm going to wait till tomorrow to use it. Okay, so I just stood on these inserts with all my body weight for a little bit just to make sure they're really pressed on properly. So they're on there pretty good. Now I'm ready to attach the foot straps. Still going to let it cure overnight so the glue can properly adhere before I use it. But usually the foot straps come with, you know, like these long fat screws that screw into the inserts on the board. In this case, these inserts are not very deep, so you have to use the included stainless steel machine screws like that, and the stainless steel washer that's thinner. And then, you know, these foot straps are kind of thick, so when I just put the screw in the foot strap, it's not even long enough to go through the foot strap. It doesn't even come out the other end. So what I'm going to have to do is use some pressure to push it down into that insert. I want to make sure it's aligned properly right over the hole, and then I'm going to use like a impact driver to kind of get it into the hole. So now it's in the insert, screws in the insert. Now I'm going to adjust the angle a little bit. I'm going to put this other side on as well. So these foot straps don't have Velcro on them, but you can adjust the length by using the different holes in the straps. So on this one I'm going to use one side the longest one and on the other side the middle one. Okay, so I got them in on both sides. This looks like a good length for me. Stick my foot in the strap to make sure the length is good. Yeah, this is kind of how I like it, just where the foot can go in deep enough but not too deep, so pretty big size. So that looks good. I'm going to really crank these down, make them nice and tight so they don't spin around. So now I got my front foot strap on the board, all set to go. I'm going to let it cure overnight before I use it, of course. And then once I use the foil with the front foot strap, I'm going to pay attention exactly where my back foot wants to be on the board with that foil in the Tuttle mount. So I'm going to figure out the exact placement of my back foot next. And then after I do that, after I use it with the front foot strap, then I'm going to go ahead and attach the back foot strap. So that's going to be the next step. And then I'll have 2 foot straps on this board. So I hope you found this helpful. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to the Blue Planet Surf YouTube channel where we come out with a new video every week. So thank you so much for watching. See you on the water. Aloha.